Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Roslyn Wanjiko. What do we do here? Personal development, spiritual and relationship wellness matters. And on today's episode, I am not alone. I invited my partner. It's been such a long time since we sat here, but we were actually having a personal conversation, and then we decided why not invite you all so that you can also weigh in on your opinion on this matter. Welcome.
Hello guys, I am Samuel and I'm happy to be back.
You're happy?
Yes, I am.
Where have you been?
Here and about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, we were having a conversation on the dangers of familiarity in marriage, right?
Yes.
Because it's good to communicate some of these things. We've been into this for 1 year. How many months now?
1 year should be
October.
8 months.
8 months?
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12. No.
Actually 10.
No, 7. Because
No,
we are 4
no.
months shy of October.
Yeah, should be 8. I said 8.
7.
No, 8.
Okay,
A
whatever.
year has 12
Something.
months.
Oh yeah, 8.
Come on.
Right. So we've been into this thing
For 18 months.
yes.
Yeah.
And
how has it
yeah,
been for you?
it's been a roller coaster, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. As in, nasikianga ni kama one time I'm really good,
What do you mean good?
I'm really happy,
Okay.
and then the next I'm like, what did I get myself into?
Really?
Yeah.
Is it the partner or?
No, I think
Mhm.
is it the not the partner really, but the dynamics of
Marriage.
the institution.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think that's what has brought about the roller coaster, the dynamics and understanding and finding like a level ground
Mhm.
for this to work.
Okay.
Because you know, when you get into marriage, you intend, especially nowadays, I feel like kitambo, it didn't really need to work, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, even if it was dysfunctional, as long as the man has
Oh,
a wife and the wife has a husband, that is all that mattered. But now it's more about partnership,
Okay.
and so you need to put in more effort.
Oh,
You
I love
understand?
that.
Yeah, so how has it been for you?
Yeah. Well, it has been good. It's ups and downs, but I think that's what makes marriage. Because again, when it's too smooth, you ought to ask yourself, am I really in the right place? Because ile time unajua mtu, because it is in marriage that you get to understand someone in depth, and you're trying to understand your partner and they are not giving you that opportunity to know them. I think there are questions there.
Opportunity
And I
to know
think-
them. Interesting.
Yeah, that brings about our topic.
Love that.
Yes.
I think it does, because now I was going to ask you so many questions just crossed my mind.
Okay.
But anyway, guys, so basically we just invited you into a private conversation,
Yeah.
and it's the dangers of familiarity. I mean, in our short period of time in marriage, we definitely have something to say about the dangers of familiarity in marriage, because I believe ukikaa na mtu for 1 year and like 8 months as we have, there's definitely a level of mzoeano
Yeah.
that's there, that could bring about a curveball
Yeah.
in
sure,
this
sure.
thing. Yeah, so what would you say have posed as dangers of just wewe kunijua a bit more than you used to? You know, while dating, there's what you saw, and then we come to marriage, and then you have the real deal, right? Because I believe in that period of time we've been together, it's difficult to fake anything at all, even if
Yeah,
in
sure.
dating. The funny thing is, people say that in dating people can fake, but sometimes you don't even intend to fake. It's just that you have not spent enough time
Yeah, sure.
for you to see so many complications and shortcomings. So what do you feel
I think
has been posed as danger?
before I get there, I think with dating, time is limited. You know, you don't want to date forever. Maximum a year, 2.
Yeah.
But I know there are people who date more than that. But
Yeah, even 2 years is a long time, unless circumstantial.
okay now.
Yeah.
But I think when you are in it, whether you like what your partner is doing or not, you have to take it. And the danger would be if you take it casually. Anajamii si sawa. Una.
Yeah.
Now it brings them zoe. I know you were talking about.
Yeah.
Everything that happens, I think unafaa kuwa so intentional kujua why is it happening this way. Why is he or she doing this, or why is my partner reasoning this way, you know. But the moment you decide ako hivyo wacha tu iende, I think that now is dangerous.
Yeah.
Lack of intentionality.
I see. So one of the dangers you see in familiarity is that you lose that interest
Sure.
in wanting to pursue the wise to certain behavior, and you just assume you lack interest.
I would say that.
You lack interest because you're like, see, I have this person here. So you lack interest. One, you're not willing to communicate, and it's very dangerous.
And you know, actually, what drives marriage are the simple things that people might ignore: respect, communication.
Say it louder, because
intentionality. And did I say respect? Yeah, but I think there might be others, but those 3 very important. And if you take them casually, you are not going anywhere.
Yeah, because when you say respect, now when we're talking about dangers of familiarity, yani kuzoeana, is that you can easily disrespect your partner.
Easily.
In the way you speak. In the way you act around them. And we are not an exemption. We are not sitting here to say that we have already overcome all that. We are sitting here because we are trying to see what are the possibilities of losing the vibrance, you know, the good energy that we started off with. You know, you remember you were at the altar and you were excited that you're getting a wife, and I was excited that I was getting a husband. And then you come into the household and all that glam is out of the door.
All of a sudden it's not there.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's such, it's so mundane. Every day is just normal.
But then, you know, when you ignore that, it becomes very easy for you to go out there and discuss your partner with other people. I have been to a place and I found people discussing their partners, and I'm like, akinyamaza si ni sawa.
I thought you were going to say I have been to a place where I felt like discussing my partner, and I was like, ooh.
Now that's lack of respect.
Therapy. Yeah,
if you respect your partner, even if there is something that you need to let out, you can't. You can't.
Plus, it also depends on you see, if it's with accountability partners and you're both there, you have the space to both express yourselves. It's a good thing.
Yeah, and you know, funny enough, I've just remembered something that you said, kitambo, while we are still dating, that if I did something, there are chances that you will forgive me and you forget about it. But if you shared it with an outsider, they will forever
hold on to that.
They will, every time,
whether maliciously or intentionally.
So every time you meet, they'll be counting, he did this or she did this, you forgave them, they did this, you know, they keep record of everything that you tell them. And you know, they start seeing faults even where there are no faults.
For real.
You know, they will start telling you, oh, you know, I saw them with who and who, you know, and it was, you know, this someone you work with and all that.
Yeah.
And you cannot avoid to interact with people you work with,
Of course.
or even your friends.
Yeah.
So everything you do to them will be malicious.
I know.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, the other point, I think we talked about disrespect now.
Yeah.
We can clearly put that out, that disrespect is one of the dangers of familiarity. You can easily disrespect your partner and forget the covenantal promises. Because, I mean, if you've done marriage the right way, or the church way, or the covenantal way, where you are very intentional, you went to your parents, you had your wedding, there are things that bind your relationship. Accountability is not to yourself.
No.
Accountability is to God, and that is why I like a covenantal kind of relationship where you are accountable to God. Because if you are accountable to no one, then familiarity will make your marriage break very easily. Sababu, who are you accountable to? Do you think about God when you think about your partner? Unajua? And people take this very casually, but the truth is, a covenantal kind of relationship grounds you in the face of familiarity. Because unajua, first of all, there are people who witnessed you coming together, and then number two, God was in the picture.
Actually,
Yeah.
If you looked at it in a deeper way, spiritually, it's a covenant
It is.
between the two of you and God. And when you break that, you are going against yourself, your partner, and God.
Exactly. There is a larger front for accountability.
And if you cannot owe it to the crowd that was there to celebrate with you, you owe it to God.
I mean, at the very least.
Yes.
At the very least. I think, so the other point is, familiarity poses the danger of letting yourself go to lust. You see, now one thing that surprises me about people giving themselves off to outsiders, like people flirting out there with other people, is that they lose the fact that your partner takes in so much from you.
Yeah, sure.
As in, fine, the other people like to see you outside when you're all dressed and all, looking all good. And when I say dressed, I mean, it's like when your partner was dating you. Unajua? Like when you were dating, you could only see my beauty. You didn't know the nitty-gritties of who I am. When I'm very angry, when I'm very sick, maybe, or how I get when I'm sick. You don't get to see all that. But now, once we are together, you have opened yourself up to my imperfections. So I feel like it's so disrespectful how familiarity makes people forget that this person, in fact, if there's any person you should love, I feel like it's your partner. Why? Because they take in so much from you. This person takes care of you in one way or the other.
They become your responsibility.
Honestly. And to come live with you every other day, and for you to view other people, and for you to lose sight of all that, and to see the outsiders as better, is kind of heartbreaking. I know there are people who don't have that conscience, but that is something that is a danger that is brought about by familiarity. And I usually ask myself, honestly, marriage, nobody forces you into marriage. We are talking about most cases, the rule, not the exemption. Because there are exemptions where people have been forced into marriages. Those ones, you can't really blame situations of such dysfunctions. But in a situation where you chose your partner only to come and lose sight of what they're doing for you, and ignore them, and start, having an outside kind of eye, I feel like I feel like it's problematic, but it's a danger that is posed by familiarity.
And you know, all these things are, one, they can be avoided because you made a commitment that this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah.
But again, you want now, unataka ifeel ni kama, unataka ukue ni kama you want the life ulikuwa una live hapo mbele and still be in marriage.
You have your cake and eat it too.
And it doesn't work like that. But the same thing that iliku drive kwa your partner, unafaa kuingia kwa marriage with the same zeal na energy. Because of course kuna hizo times itakuja you will fight.
Yeah.
But for the last 18 months, I think if there is something that nimelearn, you are happier after that kukosana. After you've solved an issue.
Yeah, solved.
Yeah. I feel like there is a joy huwa kanaingia cause one, hiyo ni kitu mmeondokea one. You've known how to handle that situation. And when I was talking about being intentional, those challenges will be there. But how do you handle them? That's everything.
Yeah. Sister, lakini you see this issue of lust. You know, people cheating. Of course, it doesn't start from cheating. It starts from the small games you see here and there. They look very seamless. Sometimes I'm like, and I think the question in my head should be addressed in a whole like different video, because what we are citing right now is the problems that come with familiarity. But then there's the aspect of these things, how do you address them? Because sababu, some of these things happen without us really intending to do them.
I think sometimes, you know, this is how I see it.
Yeah.
It's not a disease. And people make it look like a condition.
Okay.
It's not a condition that you have. It's a decision you're making. You know, if I gave you a plate of, let's say, rice and a nice stew, beef stew, and I give you another one of ugali and beef, then I give you a condition. I tell you, one of those plates is poisoned. Would you still eat the food?
No.
You wouldn't. That's a choice you've made. But you could still decide to be curious and taste and see what will happen. That's what people do.
Because you don't know which one has.
Yes, that's what people do. You know your partner, you have a partner, but you are still going for that poisoned plate just because you're curious.
Yeah.
So it's not a disease and it's not a condition. It's a decision you're making, and it's you can avoid it. So why eat?
And I feel like this issue of this specific point I mentioned, I feel like it's such an elephant in the room.
It is.
Why? Because remember, there are also people who are not most people are not happy about working marriages. I don't know why. Watu wanatumika tu na shetani huku nje for real, because people are not happy about working marriages. So in my head I'm like, what should be the attitude of married people towards outsiders? Like, what are these boundaries that should be put in place?
If you ask me, I would say whatever they think, it's up to them, and it does not affect us in any way. If me working towards my marriage is an issue kwako, then we fanya kenye utafanya nayo, as long as haini affect.
No, like what are the do's and don'ts? For example, myself, in interacting with guys out there, what do you think are the do's and don'ts? Because you remember, this thing sometimes happens seamlessly.
Now the
and then all of a sudden you find yourself, because you know we are social beings.
Yes, yes, yes.
We are even looking now, it looks like we're even focusing on this danger of familiarity more than any other danger. But I feel like this is one problem that has really affected most couples. One of the biggest problem with familiarity is this particular one that we're addressing right now, that partners get used to their partners, and then outside now they start, you know, you lose the thrill in your house, and nothing really that your partner has done, honestly, you just lose the thrill because you are too used to them. You have seen their dirt, you have seen their ugly side, and when you see other people, since we are social beings, you start interacting with other people, and you start developing some sort of feelings. What are the boundaries, honestly?
I think
in conversations, in actions.
I think the question is, what are you talking about with these guys? Because now, when it comes to outsiders, you know, it's one thing that leads to the other. What is this you're talking about? There are conversations, zikihit kwa room, you just walk out, or you don't contribute at all. Because when things get heated, you might be tempted to say something or to engage in that conversation, or in that, if I may call it a debate. So just avoid. There are things, just put limits. You know, just know in your heart, there are things I cannot talk about with your guy friends and all that. Same to me. You know, there are some topics that if you are not with your partner there, it's not worth it. Just avoid it.
What if you are with your partner? Do you think it's
again,
it controls?
Again, there are things at ukiwa your partner there, if you talk about it will be offensive. Just know what is, you know, knowing, they say know what to say, where and when. I think that's all you need to know.
I love that, but I don't feel like you control Wewe.
Really?
For real. I feel like you go all the way.
Again, who is there?
What do you mean, who is there?
You know, they are our friends. You see, when we are with our friends.
But it always is the people who are in the inner circle. It's not at the people who are outside. It's not with strangers, by the way. This thing happens with friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you just need to know what to share and when.
But that's what I'm saying. Me, I feel like you usually don't control. Okay, guys, I can't go on with a prank for too long. Angalia ile kamera, sema nimeshikwa.
Never.
How did you feel in that moment?
Yeah, that's offensive.
But that's a prank.
No, I feel offended.
Why?
Why would you do that?
See, but ungekuwa like, najua umekuwa caught in the moment.
Why? I'm like, wait, how did it get there? Come on.
Hapo kwanza naambia umekamatwa.
No. Never ever.
But seriously, guys, I've been looking for a perfect moment. A perfect moment to get this guy. Right? And you can all see ameshikwa. Ameshanga. Yani, I just saw you freeze.
I was
and
like, where is this getting to?
I know.
The video was not about me. Why
did it get personal?
Yeah.
And guy, I'm so sorry. Yani, by then I feel I couldn't actually, guys, see my beautiful heart. I couldn't even last for 5 minutes in making him tense, guys. You know, there are people outside there who really asked for such.
And I know too.
They really asked for pranks, and I keep telling this guy when I prank him, he cannot stand it, because it can only be very tough on him.
No, it's not that it is tough.
How did you feel? First of all, Abu, tell us how
No,
it felt.
But then I was offended.
Why?
Because I'm wondering, why are you saying that on camera and it's not right? It's not true. Why
And you were like, why didn't you address it privately?
Yeah. So I was about to zima the camera.
For real?
Yeah.
Why are you angry or hurt?
I both.
For real?
Yes, and I was trying to control it.
For real?
Yes.
I know you felt attacked.
Yeah, and
you felt unfairly treated because you didn't have
story
words.
I was telling you of being pressed in a corner until you can do that thing. That's how I felt.
You need to watch this video to the end. But honestly, okay, you see, in fact, the prank just came to mind. I mean, that's the best way to prank you. Something that you would never expect from me.
What? Okay.
Right?
I'll give you that.
Okay,
guys. She got me there.
I got him.
For a minute, and I was wondering, why are you doing this?
I know.
But
anyway, but also we have passed across a very important message.
Be sure you
cannot get me.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
Okay.
You cannot get me.
It might not be on camera, but I'll get you.
Okay.
Yes.
We will not.
You wait and see.
Yeah.
And you would like it. I promise. That I can promise you. You would love it.
Guys, I can't believe I left him speechless. He was so speechless.
Yeah, because I was wondering
where this is coming from.
Do you know how hard it is to defend yourself?
I know.
So people will see this guy is guilty, and I'm like,
I know. By the way,
the more you try to defend yourself,
the worse it gets. Wasanga. But anyway, guys, this whole video, you can take those two pointers.
Yeah.
There's definitely what we were passing across. We were passing across the effects of familiarity in a relationship, but I also needed to prank this guy, which I've been looking forward to for the longest.
Guys, she planned this for 1 year, 8 months.
I didn't. In fact, it was very impromptu.
You've always told me that
I will prank you one day.
Yes.
That's a good prank.
Long before we got married. Yes.
Yeah. You know.
So we can say she's been planning it for 2.5 years. That shows you that I am tough.
Let me tell you,
I'm a hard nut to crack.
No, I'm just a soft person. By the people, let me tell you.
You call that soft?
Let me tell you. Yeah, I just last like 2 minutes because I was like, oh my god.
Nah, don't.
Oh, your poor heart. I can't do that to you.
No, my heart is very rich. My heart is rich.
You should have had words then to defend yourself.
You caught me off guard.
It doesn't matter.
I was in the middle of a
serious conversation.
Yeah, then all of a sudden you've diverted to something that I don't know where it came from.
Anyway,
but
guys,
be sure yours is coming.
That first of all, let me put this across, this disclaimer. That's a lie. He doesn't do that. It was a prank. And I respect how you respect me, by the way.
Thank you.
I know it is a requirement, because I also owe you respect in that sense. In the sense that, did I decide to get married to you? Yes. Do I owe you the respect of at least honoring the covenant that we got ourselves into in front of so many witnesses, and of course in the presence of God? That one I owe you. And I keep telling people, it's not normal to cheat.
Yeah.
It's not normal to cheat. There's nothing interesting about cheating, and it is so disrespectful to your partner. First of all, you make them have so many insecurities. And right now, the goal of a marriage is partnership.
Yeah.
We are not here to wash I'm not here to wash your clothes or do your utensils. That's the very least we can. By then I was thinking about all these things of why did we get into this, honestly? Why did I get married to you, or why did you why did you marry me? And I was thinking all these things that people think people come into marriage for are things that you can outsource. You can call someone to wash your clothes.
it is only out of disrespect
Yeah.
that you would think you married someone to wash your clothes, clean your house, or even cook. Those are
Yeah.
things that you were doing before you got married.
Or even really just provide for
Yeah.
you, unless that's the arrangement you've made, that let you do this and this and this, and I do this and this and this.
Yeah.
But like you said,
So it comes in as a plus.
yes, of course.
But that is not one of the things that make people or bring people together.
Yeah.
You know, these are things that, as you said, outsource. You can bring someone to do that, or you can even do it yourself.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
You know, for instance, there are instances you are not well financially, and your partner is sick.
Yeah.
So what do? You jump
You
in.
come through, yeah.
You know. So mtu asikubali tu kudanganywa, ni kashetani tu kaingia watu. Then
Yeah.
and anytime you give the devil just like a small space ya kuingia kwa na anapenda kuingia kwa marriage sana,
Yeah.
you he ends up taking the whole space. Unapata you are doing crazy stuff, but before you get there, just be intentional about your marriage.
I love
You
that.
know, be intentional about your marriage.
And have your goal straight.
Yeah, sure.
You know, just understand why we ask as often as you can, why did we come into this, you know?
And you know, it is, by the way,
Yeah.
you won't die if you asked for help.
Yeah.
You know, just get someone. You know, find someone and share.
Yeah.
Talk.
And I think the next video we should do now is we have pointed out the problems that come with familiarity,
Yeah.
but we need to know how do we address
Oh yeah.
head on the problems. We know we are very young in marriage,
Yeah, sure.
but in fact this is the stage where you get to build that foundation, because imagine if right now we allow familiarity into this home
It will be horrible.
as young as we are, and you know, now responsibilities will kick in, you know, they'll keep building up. So you can imagine if in this young marriage we're not able to handle the things that come, the problems that are posed by familiarity, how bad will it be
In the future.
when God blesses us with many more years together? And that is why we feel we should speak about it right now, so that even you, if you're in your foundational stages of your marriage, these first years, you need to be aware, because if there's one thing I keep saying, or even psychology advices, be aware,
Yeah, sure.
be an alert person. Even the Bible says, by the way, be alert.
Yeah, don't let these things you know, get you unaware.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Understand what you're doing. By the way, marriage is about intentionality. If you're not, it's like business.
But the marriage is what?
Yeah, marriage is really work.
Marriage.
But again, if you're working together as
It
partners,
becomes easier.
it becomes better and happier with time, because you see, when the foundation is solid, now it's easier to build on
And I think
a solid foundation.
yeah, I think it's good to have those weird conversations
I
with
know.
your partner, and that's how you get solutions to such, you know, to small problems zinatokea kwa marriage. Just sit down with your partner,
Yeah.
ask them, so far, what don't you like about
Exactly.
me?
I
What
am
is that
really
one
good at
thing?
doing that job, by the way. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you might feel like it's annoying.
Yeah,
but
I know.
When you know the intention behind it, you understand it's worth it.
Plus, with time, you start seeing the beauty of
Yes,
having been intentional with your marriage. So that's about it, guys. I think we have mentioned most of those things. So if you're encountering some of these things in your marriage, I think sit down with your partner.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope and pray that you have an intentional partner. You have someone who is willing to work on your relationship, because what's the point of being in something that you brought yourself into and not making it beautiful?
Yeah.
By the way, let me tell you, if there's one thing I've learned this in the recent past, be passionate with whatever it is that you decide to do intentionally. I think I've mentioned it to you before. just be passionate. Just be, I mean, life is short. So whatever you put your mind to, be passionate about it. Let it
do it wholeheartedly.
Do it wholeheartedly until it turns heads. You know, people are like, hey, wale na wao, you know, huyu na yeye. Just do it wholeheartedly, because this life is short and you don't have too much time to do it. You never know when God says the end.
You know, do it until they start saying that you're addicted.
Manze, you know, it's a good kind of addiction. Yes. So yeah, I think
I'm hungry now.
I know you are sweating.
No,
it's only that you're not sweating externally.
I'm just hungry.
You're hungry.
That was a shocker.
Okay, guys, tell a friend to tell a friend to come and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And watch the previous videos as well, and kindly follow me on my social media platforms. On Instagram I go by the name _designated_, any underscore nikale kakitu kachini instead of a hyphen nako kakitu kachini, _designated_therapist. That's my Instagram handle. And then on Facebook I go by the name Roslyn Wanjiko. And then here on YouTube, Roslyn Wanjiko official. Tell them.
You tell them, you know.
He's on Instagram as Homesome Interiors.
And on TikTok,
Homesome Interiors. And he does, he's so passionate about interior design, guys, and he will do a perfect job for you. Where something wrong has been done, just don't hesitate to call him. He will correct that for you. And I'm sure you're gonna love his job. So thank you, guys. See you soon.